What is up, guys? So today we're going to be doing a tier list of gacha system. Now this has been a trendy topic this past week. A lot of argument, a lot of people arguing back and forth, going crazy. But today I'm going to give my own take on it. Now obviously I'm not going to rank every single gacha game in this universe. I'm going to rank the one that I played. And it's going to be mainly the popular mainstream ones, the mostly open world ones that I'm going to play. I'm even including one that hasn't been released yet, which is Silver Palace. So watch the video and I'm going to be ranking these games. I put them down here in the order of their release. So we are going to be starting with Genshin. Now I will explain a bit for each gacha system a bit, but won't dwell for too long. So first off, let's start with the god of gacha games, Genshin Impact. Now Genshin, you already know, one of the first that done it, 160 per pull, and then there's a 50-50 at 90 pulls. And then 180 pulls as a guaranteed. We all know what it's like. Weapon banner also has a bit of changes before. Now it's a bit better. And also Genshin also I think a few patches ago, maybe a year ago, added a radiant blessing thing. I don't know what it is. It's when you lose too much 50-50, they just kind of let you win. The wish thing turns into orange and they just give you extra pity. Now I will take into consideration with pull currency income and how generous they are, how it feels overall when engaging with their gacha. So Genshin Impact, I think I'm gonna put it at B. Not very good, but not very bad. You know, Genshin is the top dog. They can get away with being a bit stingy. Everyone knows they are a greedy ass company. I think in the recent patch, they gave us a free constellation for characters. It looks like a character selector, but it's just free constellation for the old characters. And that was just disappointing. You never get any good free characters from this game. Even though this game still releases quite a lot of 4 stars, and some of them are pretty good, engaging with their gacha is still hell. Not very generous, but as a free-to-play, you can still get a lot of characters because there's a lot of free quest content. If you haven't done it yet, there's a lot of free currency for you to acquire if you're new to the game. But other than that, Genshin, I'm gonna put it at B. And then the next two one, which is going to be Star Rail and ZZZ. These two are kind of the same with Genshin. They have almost the same exact system. 160 currency per pull, and then 90 is your 50-50, and then 180 for guaranteed. So are they at the same level of Genshin, or better than Genshin or worse than Genshin? I would say Honkai Star Rail is slightly above Genshin for now. Honkai Star Rail gives a lot of free characters, like Dan Heng, a shield. I forgot what his actual title is. The Dan Heng with the dragon shield. They gave Dr. Ratio for free, even though that's that character is basically unusable now. They give Archer for free. They give Gilgamesh for free. This game just gives things for free, and they might not be the best character forever, but they are very popular and attractive character that you can get. Now, one bad thing about Star Rail is that your enjoyment of this game, especially with the end game, does kind of revolve around getting eidolons and maybe also some signature light cones. I think it just has to do with the nature of the game because it's not real-time action. It's turn-based, so they need to make things a bit more complicated and harder to suit the turn-based style. But honestly, if you don't care that much about clearing endgame, Honkai Star Rail Gacha is definitely really fun to engage with. And I would say it's a lot more enjoyable than Genshin Impact, a gacha system. Especially with Star Rail, you can clear the dailies very fast, and you can normally play Star Rail on your phone, which is why it's easier to just do your dailies on Star Rail, resulting in easier and more free currency overall than the other gacha games. But other than that, Honkai Star Rail is definitely an A tier, just good. Definitely not bad. I would say slightly above Genshin. Now it's ZZZ. Now, to be honest, I'm not a very active player of ZZZ. I only really play and pull for it when there's a character I want. It's above Genshin, I would say. But maybe not as good as Honkai Star Rail. ZZZ, the system is almost the same. But from my experience, I'm a bit more luckier with ZZZ. I think ZZZ is quite generous with their rewards. They do give a lot of pull currency most of the time. You can get most of the character you want if you're not trying to roll for every single character. The only bad thing about ZZZ is that it's probably just the Void Hunter crisis. The Void Hunter always gets everyone to pull for it, and the rest of the characters is just kind of left to die. But other than that, I don't know if I want to put ZZZ next to Genshin or next to Star Rail. I think I'll put ZZZ around slightly above Genshin level. That's my experience with that game. Now up next, Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves, I would say slightly above Genshin. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put ZZZ and Wuthering Waves up, and Wuthering Waves with like almost same level as Genshin. Actually, according to math, Wuthering Waves is actually like better. Okay, so Wuthering Waves, I'm also not a very active player on it, but my experience is I've been on the more unluckier side with that game. But despite that, I was still able to get the characters that I want. Specifically, Chiuyen and Hiyuki, which isn't like a whole lot of characters, but I was able to get it, and I'm able to see that Wuthering Waves objectively has like a more generous system. The character pity count is like 10 less than like the Hoyoverse game, so like 80 pulls for like a 50-50, which is 160 pulls for a guaranteed. And plus, Wuthering Waves is very generous with their system. They give a lot of rewards, especially when, you know, the game awards and all that. Whenever Wuthering Waves win any awards, they just give out a bunch of pull currency, and that just makes everyone happy. And also, Wuthering Waves did also learn something. I mean, not learn, but like did something kind of like Honkai Star Rail with their collab characters. They just give out during their Cyberpunk collab. They just give out Rebecca for free and then Lucy for you to pull. But the downside is that the currency to pull for Lucy and Rebecca was like different. So almost like Honkai Star Rail, but a little bit different. I would say Honkai Star Rail one is a bit better. So Wuthering Waves actually heading into a right direction. I would say above Genshin right now. Okay, up next, I know this is a bit cheating, but I did spend quite some time with this game, and that is going to be Duet Night Abyss. So Duet Night Abyss, people say it's not a gacha game, but I kind of consider it a gacha game. There is still like gacha system for the skin, right? So yeah, that count as gacha game. And also the way you acquire characters also depend on some RNG and luck. It just saves you some time if you're lucky and wastes a lot of your time if you're unlucky. So I haven't played DNA in quite a long time, and I don't think any of y'all have been playing it too. If you don't know what it is, I'll summarize it. You basically just grind missions to acquire the character. You don't need to spend any money. Of course, you can spend money to just get it, but you can grind a character all the way to their maximum constellation C6 for free. It just takes like a few hours or like days. It used to be like a normal gacha game, but they switched to this like free character model, hoping to stand out among their competition. But as you guys know today, this game didn't really pan out too well, especially in this current state. The game is kind of like Warframe but worse. And the main criticism I have with this game is that it's just too grindy, way too time consuming to really get involved with. But today we are just ranking gacha system and DNA. You can get every single character for free, which makes it automatically pretty good. So the best gacha system is no gacha system. Now there is some like caveat to it. The last time I tried to get a character in Duet Night Abyss, they locked the character behind like the endgame mode, and then that endgame mode is super hard. It's power creep. It's crazy. We all hated it. The endgame mode is super restrictive. It is so hard to play, and then we just cannot get the latest character. And then I got mad and rage quit the game and never played it ever again. But other than that, it's still pretty good during its early days. And that character that was like end game block is probably free for everyone to get. So Duet Night Abyss, if it comes back to life, I'll definitely go check it out. But for now, it's just kind of there. And I really miss this game a lot. Okay, now we are on to the main game, Endfield. So where is Endfield going to be? Endfield gacha system, pretty unique, right? So today I'm gonna give it an S tier, maybe below Duet Night Abyss. Actually, maybe a bit up, maybe a bit higher. Okay. So, Organized Endfield, I talk about the gacha system quite some time. Some people hate it, some people like it. I'm leaning towards I'm okay with it. I think I see the good. So, Endfield gacha system is basically 120 pulls for guarantee. So that's like 60 less compared to like Genshin and Hoyoverse. So 120 pulls. The catch is that the guarantee does not carry over. So when you roll for a banner, you have to be committed to 120 pulls, or you risk losing all of your progress to a guarantee. Now, only the guarantee doesn't carry over. The pity, the 6-star pity, definitely does carry over. So it's not end of the world. And other than that, there's one more big benefit to Endfield gacha system is that you have a chance of like getting the previous 2 limited characters. But this little mechanic, the benefit is quite questionable, because most of the time when you lose to a character to a previous banner, you probably didn't want to get that character anyway. That's why you didn't pull for it. So Endfield, a lot of times you'll accidentally get a lot of like limited characters that you don't really want. That's kind of the chance of it. The really like bad con towards this gacha system is that casuals cannot just casually throw in random currency and do a random pull to stand a chance to get their character for characters that they like sort of kind of want but don't really want to commit. So Endfield gacha system is basically way more commitment. It's more suited for like hardcore players and also like more unluckier or low spenders. It is not very good for like casual gambling addicts, which more or less kind of hurts the game casual appeal to a certain extent. So depending on your point of view, Endfield gacha is either very good or very bad. To me, I think it's pretty good. I'm a free-to-play player, and so far, the only character that I don't have is Rosie. I got basically every single character except for Rosie. I got Mifu by accident. I got Zhongfengyi potential 1 by accident. I got Camille potential 1 by accident as well. I got both Gilberta and Levitane on the rerun banner, so I was quite lucky. But to be fair, I do actively play Endfield every day ever since its launch, so there's that. So definitely this game has a lot of like differing opinion whether or not the gacha system is good or not. But if you ask me as a player, as a consumer, I can vouch for it. I can say that it's been working well for me at least. Other than that, moving on to the next game, NTE. And now let me explain to you why NTE has the best gacha system in all of human history. Okay, that was an exaggeration, but let me explain a bit. So NTE is a simple gacha system. Is very simple. It's basically the same from like Hoyoverse. Almost everything is ripped from Hoyoverse. It's 160 per pull. There's the monthly discount reset thing. There's standard banner, limited banner. Pull income is also kind of similar to like Star Rail, I guess. You have to do some random events, random cringe events to get your pull currency. But NTE has one major draw to it, is that NTE does not have 50-50 at all. It's basically, imagine if like Genshin Impact or Star Rail just don't have a 50-50. And you know what that means? The guaranteed pity for a character in NTE is only 90 compared to Endfield, which is like 120. So if you thought Endfield guarantee was really low, NTE is basically 90. Once you have 90 pulls in your game, you don't need to do anything anymore. Obviously, you can keep playing and save more, but once you have 90 pulls, you basically have a new character ready to go. And not only all that, NTE also has like one of the best like gacha, one of the most unique and cool looking gacha animations ever. It's basically like a board game, and then you roll the dice and then you'll land on your weapons or whatever. And then when you land on the S rank character thing, you go to a bridge and then you get your S rank character. There's also the S rank skin spot. It's kind of like Mario Party. It's very fun and dopamine. So really the only thing bad about NTE gacha system is, like I said, you have to play some cringe ass PvP racing event to get your gacha pulls. Pull income is somewhat quite generous, I would say. I think it kind of like toned down recently, but it is pretty good, especially if you're just playing start from like the beginning from the launch. It's really good. Bad thing is that standard characters are harder to get because you can't lose 50-50. So really, standard characters are basically almost the same like limited character. You're just using your free blue pools to get them. And I guess another reason why I haven't been uploading much content of NTE recently is that the characters haven't been too appealing to me just yet, right? And also one thing, and from my personal experience, I was very unlucky with NT, honestly. If you watch my Chaos video a while ago, I actually hit like full 90 pity just to guarantee the Chaos character. So you can get unlucky, even though they have soft pity and you can actually see like a confirmed soft pity. The board will like summon a lot more S rank characters. So overall, NTE super cheap, super free to play friendly to get the character you want. You just have to be able to skip over some of the broken OP supports, and you can most of the time get the characters you want. You know, get Zanko, get EXE, get Chaos, get Hattori, whatever. So the winner of the gacha system tournament is NTE. But before we close out this video, one more honorable mention from the future: Silver Palace. Now, obviously, I haven't played Silver Palace, but the gacha system is out. And Silver Palace gacha system guarantee is at 100 pull. And like before 100 pull, you can lose to like 50-50. Not really 50-50. It's actually 25 over 75 because there's 3 standard characters and then 1 is the your limited character. So before the 100 pull, you can lose to the character, and then the 6-star character that you want is, I think, is 0.8%, or I mean not 6-star, 5-star, and then I don't know if it's just 5-star, which is 0.8%, but it's a fairly good chance, fairly decent, and 100 pulls lower than 120 pulls, but we haven't seen the pull income currency or how generous they are just yet, or if they have any like hidden mechanic. So right now I'm gonna put it above Duet Knight Abyss, just behind Endfield for now. And here it is. This is my tier list. Hopefully you guys do not hate it. Or if you guys do hate it, let me know in the comments what y'all think. And I'll see y'all next time.